Good afternoon. Today is the 9th of December and I've come to Summit Garage in Dudley. There is John, who's a dealer principal, talking about another car that I'm going to be filming shortly, which is the MG5 SWEV, but this time we're talking about the brand new MGHS plug-in hybrid. This is the exclusive model, and you can identify this from the full LED headlamps that this car has. This costs in a region of £32,500. Now you might think that's quite a lot of money, considering we've got actually two other HSs here. These are an HS exclusive manual, which is £23,500, and an HS exclusive automatic, which is £25,000. So it is quite an increase to go up to this particular car, but then there's a lot more technology in the car. One of the things that I can show you straight away that's different between this and those petrol models over there is this flap, which is there. There's actually a petrol flap as well on the other side. Tell it's the PHEV plug-in hybrid electric vehicle. This car has not done many miles. It was registered at the end of October, and it's hardly been anywhere actually due to the lockdown, which happened for sort of 4 weeks until 2nd of December. First of all, let's have a look in the boot, because that's one of the main differences between this and the normal one. See if the electric tailgate will actually work. Just hold the button down, there we go. So 448 litres of space, which is the same as a ZS petrol or ZS EV. If we lift up the floor here, we can see it's straight away very different. This is the standard lead that you get, the 3-pin home charger, also known as a granny lead. The leads that you'll need for Type 2 charging are actually an extra for some reason. Here is the secondary battery in about the 12-volt one. There's another one in the front, and as you can see there is a sort of way there to get through to the tank. But because we've got lots of more batteries in this than the standard petrol car, the boot's a little bit smaller. You can't put it down into the down position, which you would be able to in the standard petrol car. Low blind, of course, here, and as you can see, there are actually adjustable rear seats in the sense that they can recline at different angles. We'll have a look at that in a little bit. Shut the boot. There we go. As you can see at the back of the car, we have got parking sensors as well, and a standard reversing camera. Let's just get into the back here. These are my secret mission documents that I might need to refer to for some of the more technical specifications of the car. But just like on the standard petrol exclusive HS, we've got these rather nice seats with red stitching, similar to the pre-facelift MG3. And as I always tell people when we're reviewing new MGs, we owned a 2014 MG3 1.5 style for 3 years, so we do know the modern MGs quite well. 2 USB ports at the bottom of here, and vents for the rear passengers. Got map pockets as well either side. Now, this is definitely soft touch. It's on the harder side of soft touch. Electric rear windows, of course, and a nice big storage area at the bottom there. Nice leather. I believe it's actually real leather in this car. And if you see, I've got and these in here now, I can slide them underneath. You can see my feet underneath the rear seats. I'm 5'11", and there's absolutely loads of room for me here. There's loads of knee room, loads of headroom. Got the individual rear lights in here as well. Unlike on the ZS, I'll just shut the door. Nice sort of quality feeling of the doors as well. Panoramic sunroof as well in this car, with the blind. Obviously it's, you know, it's December and so that's down at the moment. But I think we should also have a look at the front. Keyless entry, of course, with power folding mirrors, which are heated. It's also got blind spot detection in this car, as you can see there. So just get in there. Oh, that's nice. Very nice to shut the door. There is actually adjustable ambient mood lighting in the car, although it's too bright at the moment to see it. Perhaps we'll be able to show that when we do the full review. Please bear in mind this is not the full review. A lot of people, when they watch the walk-around of Neon G's I do, they think these are the full review. They are not. The full review will be being filmed tomorrow, and it will be appearing on the channel soon. I'll pin that as a comment below. So, keyless start, of course. So we'll just turn everything on. That has now turned both the petrol engine on and also the electric motor. We can, of course, just go to EV mode. So we're now in EV mode and the engine is off. There is the speedometer. There is the power meter. We've got 259 miles of petrol range, and we have 16 miles of battery range. It's probably done that because you can't actually have the heater on in the car without the petrol engine on. So we'll just go down through these settings here. There was all the trip computer settings here. This car's already done 517 miles, not a lot. Yes, really not a lot at all. There's all the tyre pressure monitoring. And there is the battery voltage. That's the 12-volt battery. And we've got different things here. This is a 12.2-inch colour display, by the way. It looks a bit like Audi's virtual cockpit in a way, doesn't it? So we've got ammeter, voltmeter, and all that sort of stuff to do with the electric motor settings. We've got a thing here which shows what different modes that we're in here. And that's about it for all those things. Let's have a look at this enormous screen. This is a 10.1-inch colour touchscreen. There is actually a 360-degree camera in this car. I'll just activate that now. There we are. It's actually got the right colour as well. So you can see we can see everything. We see the van in front of us and see what's behind us and everything. That's a wonderful feature. So we can have a 2D camera, we can have a 3D camera, we can have all sorts of interesting things. The 3D camera looks a bit weird, so I'll turn that off, and we can exit that by pressing the button there. As well, we've got satellite navigation. This is MG's iGo system. Just loading up here. Also at the top you can see the heating and ventilation information at the top. The air conditioning on, we've got it on 24 degrees. It is quite cold today, so I'm just warming myself up a bit. So there we go, nice big clear screen that shows us exactly where we are. But if I press the home button here, we'll take you back to here. Now we do have Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, which aren't activated at the moment. And if we go into, I think it's this car menu here. Yes, so we can look at lane keeping assist system. We've got MG Pilot, which is all sorts of things. This is autonomous emergency braking, pedestrian detection, bicycle detection, adaptive cruise control. So you can see here, there is the cruise control stalk. We can tell this is one of the MG electric cars because it's got these little buttons which are on the end of the stalks. Normally they'd be black. Driving and maintenance, internal stability control, comfort and convenience. We can look at ambient lighting. We can change the colours, follow me home lighting, auto high beam. Got things like locking, passive unlocked. We haven't got so many beeps and bongs in this car, which I do like. Auto bar level is medium. So we can just come out of there, again by pressing that button. You can adjust the volume of the stereo by using these buttons here, little shortcut buttons, and then go to the thing that you want to here in terms of the heating and ventilation, and we do have heated seats. So down here, automatic handbrake, hill descent control. We can turn EV mode on and off. if there's enough sort of battery and everything like that. That is in park. It's a very short, stubby little lever. Under there are 2 more USB ports and a 12-volt socket. Big central armrest in here with air conditioning, chillable glove box, pen holder as well. We can shut that cup holder compartment too. Lots and lots and lots of things to show with this car. It's quite amazing. I'll just turn the engine off actually, we don't need that running at the moment. Now, just so you know, the statistics of the fuel economy and battery range, it's 155.8 miles per gallon WLTP cycle. At the moment, this vehicle's not doing anywhere near that. I imagine because they need to keep charging it, which is what you have to do with a plug-in hybrid electric vehicle, really. Yes, and this particular car is £32,500. The Excite version, which doesn't have things like the LED headlamps, that's £30,000. You've got to compare that though with a Vauxhall Grandland X plug-in hybrid is £35,000 for the base model. So it's a lot better value, and of course you get a standard 7-year warranty. Let's have a look in here. Yeah, massive glove box, of course. Check to see if the documents fit in that when we do the full review as part of a Tweed Jacket review series. The electric range is somewhere between 32 and 40 miles on a full charge. It's 32 WLTP, and then if you just drive in a city, it's about 40. You see here we've got electric windows, electric mirrors, locking buttons here. Got the lovely MG trademark vents that look a little bit like Audi vents, but I couldn't possibly tell you why. Stitching on this lovely steering wheel. This is a steering wheel that's very familiar to most MGs. And of course, automatic lights and automatic wipers. You know, it goes without saying really in these. Might be able actually to get the panoramic sunroof open as well. Let's just see if we can get that done. So push the blind back to start the car. There we go. And there's the blind that goes back. I'm not going to open the sunroof itself, but as you can see, just a one-touch feature to go back, and we will wait for that. It's taking a while. There we go, and that's going to come back, close the blind as well. Took quite a while. My fingers in the way. Right, let's have a look at the engine. So here is the main difference between the 1.5 normal petrol HS and the plug-in hybrid version. Look at all these extra batteries and electrical components we've got in here. We still do have the 1.5 turbocharged engine here developing 165 horsepower, but the electric motor boosts that to 258 horsepower. Now, when I was here last year, a lot of you would have seen that walk around. I said that this car, when it would come out about this time, which it has done, would produce 301 horsepower. That's not a figure that we get in our market. That's actually the sort of approaching the Chinese market figure because of European emissions regulations, and we are just about still in the European Union. It's had to be detuned slightly due to emissions, so it's 258 horsepower combined with the petrol engine and the electric motor. Looks rather nice at the front as well, and you can see there is the sensor for all the things like its emergency braking and bicycle detection and pedestrian detection, and the big Star Rider grille too. Wonderful. So yes, if you don't want a full electric car, but you do want to go with electrification, and after all, in 10 years' time, you won't be able to buy a new car without electrification, then this was a very good option. 7-year, 80,000 mile warranty. It's actually a lot cheaper than other competitive cars in the segment, and the CO2 emissions are actually 43 grams per kilometre of CO2, which is pretty crazy really. And I believe that means you get free tax at the moment, so don't quote me on that, but certainly the plug-in car grant that the government used to give on plug-in hybrid is no longer available, which is a pain, but there we are. So don't forget to subscribe to the channel for the full review. Don't forget to like this video and to leave a comment below. I will also be doing a walk around on the MG5 SWEV when it gets back from its test drive. and we'll be having a full review of that on my channel as well. My website is www.lloydvehicleconsulting.co.uk, and my Facebook page is facebook.com/Lloyd Vehicle Consulting. Thank you.